Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm LB Johnson. Um, Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's get this message out. Let's get this message out to all that need to see it. So let's get into it. So today we're gonna be talking about witchcraft. My throat always like get kind of dried out as soon as I get on the camera. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about witchcraft. I don't know why, but witches and warlocks been coming through my head, just keep coming to my head or whatnot. And I don't know why. I guess God wanted a message to be shared about witchcraft. And so let's get into it. So first I'm just gonna get a definition of what is a witch. Pretty much a warlock is the male version of a witch. And then like what is witchcraft? And then I'm gonna tell my story with I guess I was practicing witchcraft without realizing I knew. We'll get into that, okay? So a witch is a woman a woman thought to have magic powers, especially evil ones. As I stated, a warlock or a wizard is pretty much a male version of a witch. Witchcraft is the use of magic or supernatural powers to harm others. So let's get into it. So I wouldn't quite say that I was practicing witchcraft. However, I will say that, well, let's not sugarcoat it. It was practicing witchcraft. So as I stated in previous videos, I love my tarot readers. I love tarot readers. I don't just watch any tarot readers. I would typically watch the YouTube videos based on the zodiac signs and things like that. And I wouldn't watch any of them. I would watch ones that kind of sat with my spirit. If I didn't feel them too much, I wouldn't watch them. But however, that is still wrong. That is still not of God. It's still wrong. Give me 1 second. I need to get me some water. So here I go. So yeah. So I would watch these tarot readers like every day, all day, multiple times a day. And like I said, it's still wrong, regardless of whatever my reason for doing it, or regardless if I was following my spirit to get with the right ones, it still was wrong. So yeah, did I know it was wrong? Yeah, but I hadn't like really read it in the Bible. And as I stated, I follow my spirit, whatever see right. So my spirit is what I do until like God leads me to be corrected. And I knew I was eventually like that was coming to an end because I would let me pull this up. I knew that was coming to an end eventually because I remember like I just really stopped like last week when I put it in my video that I was gonna stop. But I remember one day during my studying prior to starting on YouTube, I seen something came up in my studying about witchcraft, but I couldn't never go back to it. I couldn't remember the scripture. I couldn't go back to it. I couldn't remember quite what it said. So I knew that was like God, like showing, telling me like that stage in your life is about to come to an end. So I was just like trying to go back to it, confined or whatever. Then this lady video started circulating around. Like people, my mom sent it to me. I started seeing it on Facebook. Um, I think somebody else sent it to me, or somebody else brought it up to me about the same lady. So I was like, okay, let me watch this video. I watched the video. Personally, to me, what a lot of people see as witchcraft is not witchcraft. What a lot of people like try to put out, oh, that's witchcraft, that's not of God. It's not. I always felt that way. And even with my studying today, it shows that that stuff didn't sit right with me. So yeah, I know witchcraft is wrong. I know practicing any kind of witchcraft is wrong. However, everything that people say is witchcraft is not witchcraft. A lot of times it's just wrong in God's eyes, but it doesn't mean that it's witchcraft just because it's wrong in God's eyes. Having sex out of marriage is wrong in God's eyes, but that doesn't mean that you practicing witchcraft or somebody should consider you a witch or a wizard because you're doing those things. So yeah. Let's get into it. Signs of witchcraft. Oh, and so yeah, so that was my thing with like, okay, I knew me watching those tarot readings was about to come to an end because it was just signs kept coming to me about witchcraft. So I felt like that was God's way of telling me, okay, it's time for you to get out of that. And last week I made the decision that I'm done with that life. I'm not watching tarot readings any longer. I haven't watched them since I said it. Can I promise that, oh, I'm never going to watch it again? No, I can't make that a promise. Because, we all relapse. So, I don't know. But I am going to do my best not to watch it again. So, yeah. But, what was it? Oh, but yeah, so witches and warlocks. Even like last night, this morning, I slept, me and my son slept right here on the sofa. It was cool, fell asleep on the show we was watching. But I slept right here, and witches and warlocks kept coming to my head. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, witches and warlocks. Go study witches and warlocks. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to study it, but just give me some time. I'm always battling with, like, don't wake me up, I'm asleep. I'm going to do it. Just give me time. I heard you when I was sleeping, and I remember, and I'm going to do it. But witches and warlocks been coming to my head, so I guess it was about studying about what is witches and warlocks, studying about witchcraft. Here I am. Let's get into it. Signs. Signs of witchcraft. Building altars. Worshiping and serving the stars of heaven. Honoring false gods. Using different ways to know the future. Visiting mediums and wizards. So, 2 Kings 21 verse 5 through 6 reads, Manasseh built altars for the stars of heaven in 2 courtyards of the Lord's temple. He sacrificed his own son and burned him on the altar. He used different ways of trying to know the future. He visited mediums and wizards. Manasseh did more and more things that the Lord saw as evil, which made the Lord angry. Worshipping idols, making statues of God, and sacrificing your kids are signs of witchcraft. Leviticus 19:4 reads, do not worship idols, do not make statues of gods for yourselves. I am the Lord your God. Being rebellious and being stubborn are signs of witchcraft. 1 Samuel 15:23 reads, refusing to obey is as bad as the sin of sorcery. Being stubborn and doing what you want is like the sin of worshiping idols. You refuse to obey the Lord's command, so he now refuses to accept you as a king. Deuteronomy 18:10 through 13 reads, don't sacrifice your sons or daughters and the fires on your altars. Don't try to learn what will happen in the future by talking to a fortune teller or by going to a magician, a witch, or a sorcerer. Don't let anyone try to put magic spells on other people become a medium or a wizard. And no one should try to talk with someone who has died. The Lord hates anyone who does these things, and because these other nations do these terrible things, the Lord your God will force them out of the land as you enter it. You must be faithful to the Lord your God, never doing anything he considers wrong. So, so pretty much, so yeah, as I stated earlier, it's like people always talking about witchcraft, but they give like the wrong definition. Like I have heard different things that what people said is witchcraft, and it's not like really witchcraft. It's just you're doing something wrong that God doesn't like. But everything that God doesn't like is not witchcraft. It's particular things that fall under witchcraft. So you can't say, oh, if you do this, you're practicing witchcraft. And one of the things that people that is a misconception is burning sage. Oh, that's witchcraft. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Burning sage is not witchcraft. Okay? So let me also put this out there. This is something I wrote. You know, I have to read from what I wrote. But I just said it pretty much. But let me put this out there. The burning of sage and incense is not witchcraft, and it is not evil. It is actually like a gift to God. Psalms 141, verse 1 through 2 reads, Lord, I call to you for help. Listen to me as I pray. Please hurry and help me. 2. Accept my prayer like a gift of burning incense. The words I lift up like an evening sacrifice. So it's prayer like a gift of burning incense. Accept my prayer so when it says accept my prayer like a gift of burning incense, the words I lift up like an evening sacrifice. So correct me if I'm wrong. If y'all can find anywhere in the Bible where it says that burning incense and burning sage is wrong. I looked. I couldn't find it. Because I know a lot of people say that's witchcraft. And I'm like, okay, let me put this out there. Let me see if it is. Let me correct somebody. Because, hey, like I said, when I was watching my terrorists, it's a form of witchcraft. I was wrong. I was corrected. Now I got to change it. So correct me if I'm wrong. If burning incense and burning sage is not of God, correct me in the comments. I go look it up. I study it, and we'll correct that. Okay. So Revelations 5 verse 8 reads, after the Lamb took the scroll, the 4 living beings and the 24 elders bowed down before the Lamb. Each one of them had a harp. Also, they were holding golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of God's holy people. Bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of God's holy people. Okay? What to do when you want to live for God, but you find a great peace in your witchcraft-like behavior? You repent and you lean on God for the peace you once found in the mediums and the tarot readers and the stars, etc. And you ask God for the guidance that you need. Deuteronomy 18 verse 14 through 19 reads, you will force the other nations out of your land. They listen to people who use magic and try to tell the future, but the Lord your God will not let you do these things. He won't. The Lord your God will send you to a prophet. This prophet will come from among your own people, and he will be like me. You must listen to him. God will send you this prophet because that is what you asked him to do. When you are gathered together at Mount Horeb, I've been having trouble with that word since I've been trying to figure it out. You become frightened and said, don't let us hear the voice of the Lord our God again. Don't let us see that great fire or we will die. The Lord said to me, what they ask for is good. I will send them a prophet like you. This prophet will be one of their own people. I will tell him what he must say, and he will tell the people everything I command. This prophet will speak for me, and I will punish anyone who refuses to listen to my commands. So God will send you a prophet. A prophet. It may be in a friend, it may be in a pastor, it may be in a random person. It could come from anywhere. And I was, if you want to do this for your homework, you can continue to read Deuteronomy 18, and it will go into details as to how can you recognize a false prophet. I won't go into that right now, but I will go into that in a later video. So for you to know how can you recognize a false prophet. But God will send you a prophet. So that's all I got for you all today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell, and also click the link in the description box and get my book, A Millennial Woman Walk with God. Let me get my book to show y'all. Sorry. But get my book, A Millennial Woman Walk with God, from Amazon. You can click the link in the description box. It'll take you right to it. It's a glare. But A Millennial Woman Walk with God. Yeah, and that's it. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming to my channel, and have a blessed day. All right.